Hi, welcome to this video, which is about Forex trading brokers. What I want to do is go through what your broker really thinks of you. Also, I want to go through a list of techniques and tactics that brokers use which actively encourage their traders to lose money. And many beginners fall for these tactics. Just want to list them out later on. Now, if you're thinking it's only unregulated brokers who might engage in, let's say, underhand activity, think again, because the list that I'm going to show you later on, I've taken quotes from regulated brokers, some of the biggest brokers around, and basically the quotes are a misrepresentation of the truth, which I'll explain why later on. Now, in terms of my history, I did start off as a currency salesman. That means I bought in accounts for companies, so basically that was my job, to open up new accounts. I eventually switched out of selling. I went to be a broker on the desk, and then eventually I went on to run my own company. I just want to go through some of my experiences when I was a broker as well. Now, my first job was a currency salesman, and when I went for the interview, I thought this must be a really difficult job. Trying to get people to come into a very speculative investment and deposit reasonable amounts of money. I was just surprised at how easy it was when I started. I think in terms of my worst month was about 110,000 that I bought in, and my best month was something like 330,000. People would just give you money, and you chat to them on the phone, and basically being a salesman, you would bring out their psychology of greed. And in respect of this, just want to show you what I consider to be a wonderful clip on a salesman, and he's basically trying to sell some shares to a doctor. Now, it doesn't matter, it's shares, it could be any speculative investment, and he's actually trying to get the guy to do it quickly. He doesn't really want to explain too much about the investment. Just look at how he manipulates his psychology. It's from a film called Boiler Room, which I think is very underrated. Now, in terms of this sort of scene that you're going to look at now, I've seen it numerous times. Just want to show it, and then I want to go on to investor psychology and how brokers exploit it. So here's the clip. I'll be back in a moment.
Stock is blowing up right now. The whole firm's going nuts. Hold on, let me open up the door to my office. See that, Doc? That's my trading floor. Now I have 1 million calls to make to 1 million other doctors who are already in the know. I can't walk you through this right now. I'm sorry. Okay, let's do this. Now, since you're a new account, I cannot go any higher than 2,000 shares. I'm sorry.
2,000? Are you nuts? That is way beyond what I was thinking. 2,000? Jesus. Listen, I'm curious. Why can't you sell me any more than that?
Well, we like to establish a relationship with our clients on something small before we get to the more serious trades. Let me show you several percentage points on this small trade, and then we'll talk about doing future business.
That sounds good. Give me the 2,000 shares.
Done.
You sure you can't do any better on this one?
I'm sorry, Dr. Jacobs. I can. I'm sorry.
Oh, all right. We'll start with this trade then.
Great. I promise we'll swing for the fences on the next one. Do you want that confirmation sent to your office or your mansion?
Very funny, Mr. Marlin.
Let me put my secretary on, and she'll take down your info. It was a pleasure doing business with you. Done and done.
Welcome back after that short clip there. And in terms of that sort of scenario, I've seen it numerous times. A guy closing a big deal, everyone gathers around to watch his technique. The main point to take out of that clip is basically you've got a doctor, a highly skilled man. He spent years training to reach the top of his profession. What's he going to do? He's going to put money into an investment he knows little or nothing about. The salesman is just appealing to his greed and his ego. Now, in terms of when I was selling, that starting small, we used to have an account minimum with the company of $5,000, we'd invariably ask for $10,000 and get it easily. We'd also recite news stories, and an example would be the Bank of England is due to put up rates tomorrow, sir. Why don't you buy the British pound? It's bound to go up, better interest rate earnings. Now, of course, we all know that if we can make money trading the news, that a lot more traders would make money. But I was just staggered at how many people would give us money. Now, in terms of myself, when I started off as a currency salesman, I was actually as naive as the people I was selling to. I actually believed that what was said in the papers or on the news wires was true. You can make money off it following the experts. I also believed that brokers not only made money for themselves, they also made a lot of money for their clients as well. I was only in the job a few months, and I learned the reality that most traders were losing money. And when I was talking to one of the senior guys at the company, he said, they're always going to lose, the majority of them. There's nothing you can do about it. The best thing you can do is make as much money out of them as possible on the way down. And then he related to me a statistic, and the statistic now comes up with the subtle tactics that brokers use to help beginners in particular lose money. I mean, obviously, selling on the phone still goes on, but brokers can use these subtle tactics to appeal to the greed and naivety of people, and they're very effective. Now, like I said earlier on, the quotes I'm going to give you are all from regulated brokers, and they are all misrepresentations of the truth, in my view. So I'm just going to list them out now. I can take a couple of minutes. And I've also done a couple of quotes. It's from a classic investment book written in 1928. The book was called Where Are the Customers' Yachts? And a bit of advice in the quotes is as relevant today as it ever was. So just a couple of minutes. I'm just going to list off the techniques and tactics, and then I'll be back to discuss in more detail, and also go through some other things I learnt when I was a broker. So here they are, back in a moment. Welcome back after that short summary on the tactics and techniques brokers use to help their clients lose money. And you obviously see all those techniques are designed to maximise their income. Now, in terms of the two quotes I did at the end of the summary, they come from a guy called Fred Shred, Where Are the Customers' Yachts? It's a fantastic book written back in 1928. The quotes are as true today as they ever were. And I particularly like the second one, where he says, the client of the broker is often as big a fool as the guy giving him the advice. It's very, very true. Traders will blame everyone for their losses except themselves. And I've actually noticed in terms of Forex trading that it is probably the only business that I know of where most people who come in and trade basically do not treat it as a business. Now, the reality is you can win. All you've got to do is do your homework, do your research the facts on what it really takes to win, get yourself the simple method, the right mindset, and you can achieve success. Now, most traders just simply don't do that. If you do, you can make money. Now, in terms of going back to when I was a currency salesman, I actually quit that job because I wasn't comfortable bringing in people that I knew were basically going to lose money trading. I did eventually go on to set up my own brokerage, and I set it up as an execution only brokerage, so no advice, and basically I only accepted professional traders, i.e. those people who've been trading for 2 years or more. And did I notice the 90-90-90 statistic again? Yes, I did. And when I was talking to clients, when they opened up accounts, they'd say things like, I'm going to use this latest robot. They'd lost with robots before. You'd say, look, they don't work. They'd still do it. The same with day traders and scalpers. You'd say, look, day trading and scalping doesn't work. Don't do it. They'd still do it. They've been losing at it before. I think in many respects, a lot of traders just will not change bad habits. They will not see the reality. Greed just basically blinds them, or they're looking for shortcuts to make money. In the end, I got fed up running a Forex brokerage, didn't find it satisfying, so I moved on and I moved into education. Now, in terms of Forex brokers, if you use them in the right way, they offer a fantastic service. And when I say the right way, what I mean is you've done your homework, you've got a simple strategy which has an edge, you've got confidence in, you use the broker just to transact your trading signals and nothing more. And basically you avoid all those traps that I mentioned earlier. If you use a Forex broker in that way, that is fine. We all need a broker, obviously, to transact our orders. And in terms of, you could say that the Forex brokers are wrong in the way that they present Forex. I would agree with you, actually. However, that 1990 statistic, just doesn't change. I learnt that myself when I had my own brokerage, and I never tried to mislead anyone. In fact, I was trying to get them to do what I considered the right things, or do trade Forex in the right way. So in terms of this video today, I think I've covered all the points that I wanted to cover. Forex trading success, open to anyone. It's a simple business. It's a business anyone can learn. Just do your homework, get the right mindset, simple system with an edge, and you're all set for Forex trading success. Thank you for watching me as usual. Take care. Have a good day.